Welcome back, Otakuans. This is a part two of our reveal episode for the Universes content creation collab that we have going on, where they have allowed us to show you guys new cards that are coming out soon. We did Sam Rutherford for Star Trek Lower Decks. We showed you the two character cards and a few other cards that are in the deck, and this is going to be our part two for the rest. Well, not really the rest of the cards in the deck, but quite a few cards that you will see more throughout the deck. So again, we thank Universes for allowing us to reveal these cards to you guys. And I'm caught up in this show. I mean, this show is absolutely fantastic. I love it. New episodes, they're on like season 5. New episodes are coming out every Thursday, and now I'm upset because I can't really binge anything anymore. But this show is absolutely fantastic, and it's great that they have cards that we can now actually collect and play against other people with the decks that they have. But without further ado, again, like, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the notification bells down below. Let us know what your favorite Universes deck is, actually, in the comments down below. Let us know if you have one, if you have multiple different ones. But we're going to get into the rest of the cards that we are going to be revealing to you today. So this first one is called Betraying Shove. This is an attack card, and it's funny because when we go through the rest of these cards, for those of y'all who have seen the show, they have quite a few cards in here that are from this specific episode. This episode is about essentially Sam Rutherford, who is our resourceful engineer. He's the engineer of the USS Cerritos. He ends up getting taken over by his former alter ego self. And if you see in the card here, you see him in the mirror, or I guess in the window looking back. It's him pushing the girl that he's in love with. They don't really show, they're not in love yet, but they know that they're in love. And his alter ego self is who's pushing her on the ground. So this is our attack card, and he's like, oh, yeah, how dare you? But it's called Betraying Shove, and your blitz is, if this attack is not blocked, commit one rival foundation, and it says throw. If this attack is completely blocked, it deals half damage rounded up during the damage step. It's a fantastic episode, by the way. It's absolutely hilarious. The next one we got is another attack called Delta Flyby. Delta Flyby is just, it was something in the show. A Delta, I guess, aircraft just flew by. And it says, to enhance, spend 1 or more momentum. This attack gets +2 speed for each momentum spent to pay the cost of this ability. And then it says Sam Rutherford. Let's put some space between us and that cruiser. They're just trying to get away from that cruiser. Next one we have is also an attack card. It's called Neelix Cheese. So this one's kind of funny. Essentially, they in the episode, they end up trying to, for those of y'all who know about, like, say, decommissioned warships, they have them for museums. There was a decommissioned Starcraft that was used a lot in the past. This is Star Trek Lower Decks is kind of set a little bit further in the future, past Spock, past Captain Kirk and Worf and all them. And so this is a decommissioned craft from Starfleet that they're trying to get prepared to set as a museum. But obviously things happen with our crew, the lower deck. Something always happens, and they actually had to end up going back to essentially destroying the ship with cheese, because in the past when it was used, the ship was destroyed by cheese at one point, and they had to get some kind of energy out of the ship, and he used cheese to do it. So but this is an attack card as well, and it's your blitz is draw 1 card and discard 1 card. You may change this attack's damage to match the printed damage of the discard card. Powerful. To enhance, spend 1 or more momentum. This attack gets +2 damage for each momentum spent to pay the cost of this ability. And then you see him with the caulking gun with cheese in it. Then you have Okie Dokie, which is an attack card as well. Your Okie Dokie, it's just a phrase he says. He says Okie Dokie a lot. Your blitz is draw 1 card and discard 1 card. This attack gains 1 keyword from the discard card. Frenzy Blitz. This attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each attack blocked this turn. And that's him essentially flying up in a beam that caught him, and he's trying to go attack people. So he's like, okie dokie. And then you got Virus Upload. I think I talked about this before. His headset has a lot of viruses in it, and it actually plays a very pivotal part in the story, actually. If you actually watch the show, he got that enhancement done on his face for a specific reason, a very nefarious reason, not on his behalf, but somebody else did that to him. I don't want to spoil too much about it, but this is an attack card. Your stun is 2 enhance. Your rival commits 2 foundations, and then you got Tendi, which is the girl from the first picture where she gets pushed. It says, wait, no, it's too dangerous. You must be in a heroic bravery mode or something. Keep clicking your buttons. So essentially his calm thing keeps making him have different emotions, and so she doesn't want him to be a hero or something. And then you have a foundation card. So this is attention to detail. They like building this model ship of the USS Cerritos. That's like their thing. Him and Tendi do. It's kind of, I guess, like their date night without being a date night. And it's called Response. After an attack is played, it is printed. If its printed speed is 3 or less, it gets +1 damage. Then you got Attitude Selector. This is another foundation card, and it says sleep mode here. And I was telling you guys about how his modes will change his mentality or his emotions, and while she's talking to him, he's like cycling through them to get the right mode to talk to her, and it's stuck on sleep mode here, and it's called Attitude Selector. Response, flip. After you discard or remove 1 or more cards from your hand, draw 1 card. And then you got a quote from him, Sam Rutherford himself. He says, huh? Look at this new button. And he's, clicking through his emotions there. You got another foundation called Dial Adjustment. Dial Adjustment is, again, this is just him trying to click through those dials. Enhance. This attack gets -2 speed and +2 damage. And that's her just trying to get his attention while he's trying to click through his buttons there, because he's always glitching out, which is unfortunate. Another foundation card is Don't Do This, and this goes along with the alternate persona that took over his mind. In order for him to face his alternate ego or his past self, he ended up punching his tech in his face, and it allowed him to start taking control back over his body. Your Enhance is discard 1 card. This attack gains stun 1, stun 1, enhance. Your rival commits 1 foundation. And you got Memory Upgrade. This is another foundation card. He's essentially just upgrading his memory. It's in the title there. Your Response, flip. After your rival plays an attack, you may play this first enhance ability during its enhanced step. And then you got Lieutenant Shax. Lieutenant Shax is the security officer. He's the main, so he's the leader of the security team on the ship. It says, great work nerve pinching those Vulcans, baby bear. You'd be better at it than they are. He calls all his cubs, people he's adopted into the security or just into his family, calls them baby bears because he's Papa Bear. Then you got Other Self. Again, goes along with the storyline of his other self taking over his body. This is a Foundation R card. Enhance, remove, return this attack to its printed speed and damage. And then Other Sam says, nah, dude, this is my body now. You already effed it up. So yeah, he's trying to take over. He's like, give my body back. And then you got Power Drain. Power Drain, essentially, this is a Foundation card as well. Power Drain is coming from them doing a really crappy job on a planet, and then these little orb things were trying to take all the power off the planet, so they were taking the orbs away, but those orbs bring up your deepest fantasies, and if you get trapped in that, you can get lost in the energy and end up dying, essentially. So it says Enhance Flip. Each player commits 1 foundation for every 5 foundations in their stage. And then you got this Sampagutia pilot. When they said it in the show, I didn't even remember how they said this. Foundation, you see, this is his other alter ego ship that he built. And Enhance, this tech attack gets +2 damage. If your rival has not taken damage this turn, it gets +1 speed as well. And then you have Shutdown. This is him pretty much shutting down the... I don't want to spoil too much. It's a great show. I don't want to spoil too much about it, but he's finding out things about why he has that tech in his head, and he needs to shut down some of the viruses that it's producing. This is a Foundation UC card. Response, remove. After your rival plays an attack that shares a keyword with another attack in their card pool, skip this attack's enhance step. So these cards essentially are just fantastic in a way where you get the story from the actual show that you're getting. I mean, we've seen it a lot with the Attack on Titan decks that came out and we're seeing it with our Star Trek lower decks cards in the same aspect. I've said it before in the last video. If you guys haven't checked out part 1 where we talked about the character cards as well, that you can have a card. So say Star Trek lower decks is like one of your favorite shows and you like to play card games or collect cards or whatever it is, you can get this card game. And if you have a buddy who say likes Attack on Titan or Cowboy Bebop or likes just a different style of anime card that Universus is coming out with, you guys can collect your specific decks and you can still play against each other. And that's what's great about Universus, is it allows you to still maintain that relationship in the card community, playing against other people, but with a deck that you want. So instead of playing, you have to have this deck and the same exact deck and you just have to build different ones, you can have a completely different deck and still play against it, and that's fantastic. Again, we thank Universus for allowing us to show you guys these cards that'll be coming out. Again, they drop on December 6th. So if you love Star Trek and you love Star Trek lower decks, whether you want to play against somebody or whether you just want to collect the cards just to collect the cards, they will be coming out December 6th. So look out for those. Again, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the notification bells down below so you don't miss out on our future videos. We'll see you guys in the next video. We love you. Peace out.